I'm beating your ass because you're the last person that's ever going to call me, a slut. Took her down. Bam. Bitch went down.
Whatever it takes, whatever it takes.
Hello and welcome to the 14th episode of Season 5 of Your Mom's Pahdcast, the only podcast that's worth walking out on a date with one of Degrassi's coolest girls. I'm Caroline.
I'm Avis.
And today we are joined by TiddySnake Producer Brandi to discuss Degrassi Season 5, Episodes 18 and 19, High Fidelity Parts 1 and 2. Hi, Brandi.
Hi, Brandi.
Hi. And then I just read the thing.
We'll introduce you a little bit.
I was going to say, yes, we've been talking for about, some time. But
if you aren't a patron, you don't have pre-show.
You don't know that because you ain't in the, So we had pre-show with Brandi, but for those of you guys who did not have pre-show, we're just going to have her, introduce yourself, what your Degrassi history is, and I guess, whatever else you want to add in there.
And your number one Degrassi crush.
Random off the dome. Go.
Probably Ellie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Team Ellie always. She just had shitty taste in men. But
you could have done her a world of right. See? You could have treated her right.
Jimmy went after her twice, and I think Jimmy would have been a good pairing. I like that pairing.
I do too.
The way she caused his breakup with Hazel and then was like, I'm not into you like that.
Right. That's so fucking rude.
And she knew. She knew. She knew.
She was giggling the whole time.
Done. Right. She just didn't think he was going to do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, my Degrassi history, I started watching when I was in high school, around 16. We had just gotten the N, and I was just flipping through our satellite cable and came across Degrassi Marathon and just started watching, and now I've just been rewatching, and especially since it's been on Max.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think I relate to that flipping of channels and then finally just discovering it. There were so many good shows on the N at that time.
Letting the TV decide what you watched, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so low effort.
It really was.
I know, it's
so
overwhelming now. It's
so
first
good.
I have to be which of my 18,000 streaming devices am I going to open?
Right. I've got so many options. And I've got to choose them.
The way I long for just basic cable and nothing else.
But
it would be great.
Cable with no commercials.
I take the commercials because that's when you got up to pee and get a drink.
If they're good commercials,
or traumatizing.
I feel like I used to be way more entertained by commercials. But yes, I get up, you move around, graze. I definitely still, because on
steal your brother's chair while he's in the bathroom.
Right. Gave you three of my remote.
Yes. A lot of my streaming services, I think, well, no, not a lot. 3 of them don't have ads, but the rest of them do. So I either get to binge things with no interruption, or I get to do I've got 90 seconds of commercials. What can I do with this time?
Look at my phone.
Not listen to the ad.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Smoke some marijuana. Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
The hit break.
Yeah. Yes. But yes, so I think that's probably a really bad segue, but let's go into the poem.
Yeah.
Let's go into the poem. Welcome, TiddySnake Producer Brandi.
Thank you. Roses are red, Paige is off to banting, and everyone is subjected to Darcy's jealous ranting. It's the end of the year, and with Hazel and company graduating, it's the end of an era. Well, kind of. Jimmy and Spinner are sticking around, and Ashley's back too, with a horrible hat. Paige gets into banting, Spinner gets revirginized, and Jimmy gets rejected by Ellie.
And about sums all of these little loose
Yeah.
ends.
Manny gets slut shamed again.
Again, she's like, "You're the last person that's ever gonna." You need to save
that
some of that
moment for her.
It's beautiful, and you know why? It's like a safe person to beat their ass because she can't. She wants to beat Emma's ass so bad, but it's not safe. Emma's recovering from an eating disorder.
She's stronger than she's ever been.
One little push, and she'd probably break her arm.
Oh my gosh. It's crazy. She's like, I will one day beat her ass. But today, I'm beating your ass because you're the last person that's ever going to call me a slut. Took her down. Bam. Bitch went down.
It's honestly a disappointing fight, though. I believe that Manny can fight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure. Manny looks like she'd throw a punch.
The evidence we get of that is, it's scant at best.
Right, like why is Emma better at fighting than Manny?
Okay. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. I don't believe that.
No.
But we have seen her go up against Alex and beat her ass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, she won that fight with Alex. Yeah, like
I feel like Alex is the type that would have, especially when she was first around, would just have a shiv in her back pocket.
Right. Now you bleeding, bitch. Yeah.
She's got like razor blades in her mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my god, pulling it out of her cheek and shit. Yeah. So, like,
Paige finds it the first time they make out and is like, "What is this?
What the fuck is this? Are you okay? I can't do this."
No, Paige, I'm not okay. I don't know where I'm gonna sleep tonight.
That's why you like me.
I live life on the edge and I've got razors in my cheeks. Like, I'm just really upset at like the dynamic that suddenly has popped up between Paige and Alex. It's not suddenly, but it like they make it their problem and the reason they've got to break up. And then they make her fuck Spinner.
Right, for no reason.
For no reason. No chemistry, no spark.
It was like, they were together when we first started, and Paige is kind of maybe leaving, but she'll be back next season. Mm-hmm. So we gotta close this, even though it's been closed for like 4 seasons at this point.
Right.
I don't know. I thought I got it. Right? Like, it's a weird choice, but my notes every time they hooked up, I was like, I don't hate it. I still don't hate it. I felt like they had better chemistry than they ever did when they were together. And I really loved how excited he was when he saw she got into banting.
Oh, that's true. He was always everybody's best hype man.
Yes, he's a hype man. What I didn't buy was their like intro moment of like realizing, oh, you know, this, I want to kiss you or whatever, when they're in the dot and he's like, I'll drive you home. And he's like weirdly holding her jacket, like with hands, like, how are you going to put that on her with like meat hands? And then they just look at each other and like, she's so far away from him. There's not the like, oh, we got to kiss each other now. This is, oh, there's a warm body here.
I have to take away from this conversation for a second to ask, what the fuck are meat hands?
Big ham-fisted, like clompers.
Thick fingers. Thick
stubby fingers. Like, just boisterous fingers. No, like you've got thick fingers. Like you've got weighted fingers. Like,
Okay.
like if I had those, you'd
Is
be
that
like,
an actual expression or is
like
that just a
slapping
thing?
sausages. If I was,
I've heard it before, but not for a while. Meat hands.
that's all I could see was him just like so thick-handedly like holding her jacket.
It's like he's like trying to fend her off with it at first.
Yes. It's like, be gone, wench.
Jacket and leave.
You shan't
I
steal
must
my
protect
virtue.
my honor.
Right.
I'm a virgin again. How dare you?
How very dare you?
Yes, that's exactly. Yes, it was quite. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that you got picked up on that coding because that's how it felt. I'm like struggling to see the hot. I'm struggling to see the hot. I'm struggling to
I
see.
get when he went to her house and they were looking at the yearbook and she said that she never blamed him for what happened. Like I could see that because they were close and it was intimate. But the scene at the dot was very weird.
I mean, I feel like it was just they had both just gotten dumped and suddenly they were close and like, but it could have there could have been a better lead in.
Right, everything leading. I mean, like I like they're like, oh, you just got dumped, I just got dumped too. Like I get that they're commiserating, and I kind of like the back and forth and like how she's surprised that, and like I like it, but I also don't like that I don't believe that they're really feeling that attraction, because there's I don't feel it, I don't see it. It's not anything visual on the screen of them indicating that they are actually in a moment and like caught, that thing where it's like I caught their eyes and I just couldn't look away, and it's like,
which is
I'm
weird
entranced.
too, because while I don't think Spinner and Paige ever made a lot of sense, I do think that Shane and Lauren had good chemistry. Generally.
I think they do, which is why at points in this episode I'm like, oh, okay, this is good. I like the scene on their bed. Like even when he like, all I could see was his pit stains though. Not gonna lie to you, I was picking the scene the fuck apart. I'm like, he pit stains as he's getting down. I think was
Shane alone. Those sets are hot. All those lights.
Yeah.
They got him in like 3-ply cotton t-shirts because he's chaste now. I don't know. It was very, I was like, okay, this is believable. This is more, I can see that they might be in a moment at that time.
Yeah.
But prior to, it's like, okay, I like Paige's like reaction to it more. Like that was like, ooh, Lauren had such a good, like her invigorate, like how excited she was at just having like made out with Spinner and then having sex. Like the way she plays that is more of a like, ooh, this is steamy than anything that really happens between them on screen, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could.
I'm like, Lauren.
Okay, so you know how like most of Drake's career as Drake has been him being like, I can walk and get erections, right?
Yeah.
You know how when we met Shane at the con, like he smelled so fucking good?
Yeah.
Do you think that's because of that episode?
You know what? Maybe. Because all I could walk away thinking about was, damn, that man smell good.
Shane Kipple is like the cleanest straight man in all of North America. Because when he was 16, there was a whole episode about him being stanky.
Like, what first rule of puberty? Wash every day. Like, bitch, you stank. Now he doesn't. He will very like at any point in the day too. Like they were going in. It was hot outside. He had like a shirt over his t-shirt. And he was still not sweaty. He didn't smell sweaty. He smelled fresh and clean. I hugged that man like 3 or 4. No, that is, yes, he was threatened into it.
Oh,
because he's like,
or shamed.
Right, shamed. So long before you have to start mitigating.
Well, I mean, I bet that, like, okay, like, if you're Shane Kipple and you're hanging out with somebody who knows, like, your Degrassi life, and you, like, are smelling a little ripe, like you should have put on more deodorant after the gym and you didn't have it with you, they're going to be like, man, Degrassi was art imitates life, huh? Like,
my
you
God,
think
yeah.
if Drake ever can't get it up, whatever girl he's with is like, oh, I should have expected that.
I hope so.
I wonder if anyone has ever called him Wheelchair Jimmy to his face.
Maybe Kendrick Lamar, maybe.
I feel like Kendrick Lamar should drop that in his next diss track. What rhymes with Wheelchair Jimmy? I don't know, but that's why I'm not a poet laureate.
I'm not, right, like, your material is right there, Kendrick. Like, if you need, because I just saw something like now Drake won the right to, like, access Kendrick's record deal or something. Like, he's a little bitch. He's really fine.
This guy said bad words. Now my fifis are hurt.
I'm a gangster. I'm calling my lawyer.
The gangster version of I'm calling my mommy.
My lawyer liked that.
I used to know this kid whose dad was a lawyer when we were kids, and he would be like, if you pissed him off, he'd be like, shut up or my dad'll sue you.
Sorry.
Oh my God. I bet that kid got beat up.
I bet his dad's
Not
like a fucking
nearly
tax
enough.
lawyer or some
Right.
shit. Like,
I mean, that honestly kind of sounds like if Peter's dad had been a lawyer, that sounds like something he would have said. Stop picking on me or my dad's going to sue you.
Instead, it was just, you better go out with me or I'll have my mommy give you detention.
Or I'll put pot in your locker.
Or sex crime you.
Literally, speaking of fucking Peter in this episode, I need these writers to stop trying to force this trio of Manny and having to fucking be in a weird why is she forced to be in a triad with her fucking abuser?
Right? It's
because
like
Emma
because Emma just had a whole stint in like a facility. Okay,
right. Emma fabricated that whole eating disorder just so Manny wouldn't be able to get mad at her about dating Peter.
Now you gotta let me date Peter. Now you gotta let me date Peter. See? Yeah, that would be part of her master plan. She's just gotta take it. She's gotta up the ante. Like, you don't want me to date. I could date anybody, but I'm gonna date this one guy that you don't want me to date because he's the one guy you don't want me to date.
Because he sex crimed you.
Mm-hmm. And because
he didn't want me at first. So that
he didn't
made
want
me want to chase him.
Mm-hmm. And now I'm just gonna force you to hang out with him all the time. And because I just had an eating disorder about it, you just gotta deal with that shit.
You're just gonna, because you love me even though I don't deserve it. I am like Caillou. I do not deserve food or hair or love.
Thank you. Oh my God. People don't understand my disdain for Caillou.
Same. No, but that's an actual meme that's like, Caillou is a... Yeah, it's like a Wikipedia style description of Caillou that's like mentions that he's bald, and it's like not because he has cancer or alopecia, but because even his own body recognizes that he is horrible and he does not deserve food or hair or love.
I never fucked with Caillou, but like the internet hate for this fucking is hilarious
because
he is a little dick. I used to watch.
Have you ever watched any Caillou?
Yes, my niece used to be. I was too old to watch Caillou, but I watched all her shows because I was babysitting her or at her house. And yes, Caillou is a little dick, and he's a brat, and he whines all the time, and I hate when a kid will whine. So he's a little whiny ass bald headed bitch. Yes,
I'm just saying, like, if The Purge was real.
I feel like Caillou's got like a lot. He's had a lot of people.
I wouldn't kill a child, not even Caillou.
You're like, no child
but
murderer.
Like, if it was something that was like, you can end world hunger, but you have to murder one child, I would be like, can that child be Caillou?
Oh my gosh.
Caillou or Peppa Pig?
Oh, you said fuck Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig is kind of like,
She's such a brat.
My nephew loves Peppa Pig. I don't I
Elby
don't
We
know
sat in
loves Peppa
why.
daycare for
Pig.
many years, and we watched Caillou and Peppa Pig all the time. I'm just like, she's such a brat.
If he ever discovers Caillou, I'm going to block Caillou. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna
Just
figure it
put
out.
on Bluey, and don't let him watch Paw Patrol either, because ACAB includes that
Exactly.
fucking smarmy little cop dog.
He's starting to get out of Paw Patrol. I'm not gonna lie. He really does like Jace or whatever the fuck
The
that
cop.
was. I don't.
That's
Yeah,
the cop.
yeah. He likes that bitch. He is getting ready for Bluey. He's in his almost Bluey era because now he's speaking full sentences and he's using, where he's like, I was like, where's, didn't have your coat on. He's like, yeah, I took it off. I was sweating. I'm like, you're saying words now. You're ready for empathy. And
Everybody's always ready for Bluey. Show him Avatar: The Last
tried.
Airbender while you're at
tried.
it.
He
Like,
was so
start him
fucking
young.
uninterested.
sure.
But yes,
You can never be too young for Avatar.
Nope.
Yeah, Avatar, I'm gonna get him on. Bluey, I tried to put it on and like he was just like playing with everything but sitting down and watching the show. And he'll sit and watch Peppa Pig like it's the stories. Like he'd be like, I need to watch my Peppa Pig now.
I mean, I think that the moral of that story is that most toddlers have terrible fucking taste.
Poor taste. That's why you gotta indoctrinate them. You just gotta let them know that you're going to be watching what I need you to watch in order for you to develop the appropriate taste.
Yeah, I feel like you just don't ever even let them watch. Like, you, from
Nurture,
the time they
damn it.
pop out of the
Nurture.
womb,
No nature.
like, give them the Muppet Show, and all sorts of weird shit. And Bluey, and
But
Avatar:
also
The Last
those-
Airbender. Like,
Those
by the
shows
time
are
your
not as
child is 4 years
overstimulating,
old,
too.
by the time your child is 4 years old, they should have watched Avatar: The Last Airbender all the way through at least 4 times.
Like, this is a requirement. Well, you'll have influence over this child, Caroline, so.
So they'll have
I can't
tons
wait.
of empathy, but they'll hate cabbage.
Brandi, you're in the Facebook group, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the world's cutest cabbage that came in through the food pantry today?
So tiny.
It was
It is so
and I
cute.
did. I picked it up and I was like so excited. I was like, and I'm going around showing it to everybody. I'm like, this is the cutest cabbage in the world. And everybody just kind of chuckled at me, except for my LDS girls, because we have these 2 missionaries who volunteer. I love them so much. And they were like, that's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Little tiny baby.
Can confirm it was very cute.
And they
And-
also,
And it was like the
because we got
perfect
so
sear,
much
too.
cheese,
Yeah, it was perfectly rounded. Yeah.
it was the perfect little cabbage. They also, we got like 547 pounds of cheese today.
Damn.
Hot damn.
And after we finished putting it all away, I looked at the girls and I said, what a friend we have in cheeses. And they thought it was the funniest thing ever. And then they walked around humming what a friend we have in Jesus to themselves for the rest of the day. But it was cute.
I hope secretly that they inserted cheeses in for Jesus.
Forever.
Me too.
Just in the back of their head. It just comes up.
Okay. I
Like a
feel I'm
French.
like the A plot is so long and so entwined with the B plot
Yeah, they feel
that like
they feel like one.
feel a little lost at the moment.
Well, I think the big thing that I find frustrating about this episode is Darcy, and she is woven throughout the entire bitch. So, I personally don't like how the tone that she takes. It's like, I can only imagine how she was when you were going out. Like, the tone that she takes with, and I mean, the stance that Spinner takes is that he believes he'll never be clean enough for her at the end of part 1. And I feel that way, like the inadequacy of like that he's been made to feel as her partner,
It's so frustrating too, right? Because he's restraining himself because that's important to her.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, yeah, but I bet you'd be all over me if I was a slut like Manny. And like, yeah, he would, because you'd be into it, but you're not into it. You don't want your relationship to go there.
Right. So he's
Right,
respecting your
He's
boundaries.
respecting that.
It's like when they were kissing in the car, she stopped him, and then when they were in the movie, she's like trying to vampire his neck, and he's like, "Calm down. I have urges, and you're not helping."
Right.
Also,
And then she's like put out when he's respecting her boundaries.
It's a full-blown conversation in a movie theater.
Oh my god, I would have thrown something at them.
I would have been throwing popcorn
and they're not
at
in
them.
the back. They're not in the back.
They're like right in the middle. Nobody shushed them. Are Canadians just so polite that they don't shush rude Canadian teenagers?
Right. They just let the rudeness prosper, and like it was all over the place, because I feel like she wants Spinner to not want to have sex. And that's different from from pledging abstinence.
And he's honestly like, other than the lying to Darcy and the cheating, although they were on a break.
Two big things.
They were on a break.
They were
actually.
on a break.
We were on a break.
Exactly.
Other than the lying. Like, he's actually being really sweet. He's researching, how do I like do this successfully?
Right.
This is important to you, and so it's important to me. Like,
right. Linus is just mysteriously not there at his re-virginizing ceremony.
Right. Like, I feel like he would have been the forefront of all that.
Right?
There's no one
Mark
there.
is there. I can't be there.
I know I talk a lot of shit about Marco as of late, and I stand by every word of it.
Every word.
Every word. If anything, I don't stand by my words because they were not harsh enough. If the tantrum's been thrown, I'm sorry, I'm gonna die mad about that line. I shit on Marco a lot these last couple of seasons. I stand by it. I should have been meaner.
10 toes down on that.
And he's actually been, I'm really impressed with what a good friend he's being to Spinner.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think there's a lot of maturity in that act. And that, yeah, he went to this weird re-virginizing ceremony and was oddly touched by it. And like,
I feel like Marco's one of the first people that it really starts to give Spinner another chance. Kind of like the original core group.
Absolutely. And everyone kind of slowly drifts back to him. And I mean, two of those people happen in this episode. Like, we get Paige and Jimmy drifting back to him, and like other people have like had interactions with him or whatever. It's not like he's shunned socially anymore, but he's actually having these genuine interactions with his former friends. And like, even him saying like, are we really having this conversation right now? Are we having a conversation right now? With Jimmy at the end is like, you are participating in a conversation with me. Like, this is progress. Like, this is you realizing that like you are ready to take the steps to maybe build something different, a different friendship, which that's probably what I really like about this episode.
Yeah. Going on like him and Jimmy talking, it like part of it felt genuine enough to me. I felt like Ellie kind of dismissing Jimmy kind of took him down a peg, and he's like, okay, this is my reality of where I'm at. Who can I talk to? Who's going to be around next year? And I kind of feel like that's what made him come around to talking to Spinner again.
I kind of think that a lot of it was Ashley too. I think Ashley being like, dude, like, yes, you're in a wheelchair and you're Jimmy Brooks still, and you're this fucking awesome guy. I don't see it, but fine.
That's true. Yeah. She was always kind of one of his biggest hype people too.
And I
Mhm.
He was
think
there to remind him who Jimmy Brooks is.
and I
Mhm.
think that Jimmy's been carrying a lot of anger since the shooting, and I think that
Yes.
that's really reasonable.
Of
I think he's
course,
certainly
but
entitled to that anger, but I think that also it gets exhausting to just sit in anger.
mhm.
And Ashley helped him like be able to put it down. And
I mean, she treated him like a person again, and I think even reminding him, because he's like, very cynical, like, oh, you're sitting. It's going to become apparent when you stand that I'm in a chair.
right.
Like, but she's like, this does not actually have to be your defining feature. Like, you are still you. You are not just a
A
chair.
chair. Yep.
I think you're cute.
Right. Like,
Right.
any girl would be lucky to, he's like, girls don't date guys in wheelchairs. That's not true.
Right. And I think too that it's like, him hitting that point of like, I can be angry at Spinner and I can
Mm-hmm.
be angry at the fact that there are going to be girls who will not be interested in you simply because of the wheelchair.
Absolutely.
And you have every right to be angry about that. And at the end of the day, you're still in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
And those girls are still going to be that way, and like all of that. And at some point that anger stops serving you, and I'm glad that Jimmy was able to see that before it like fully consumed him.
Right. It's like a breath of fresh air, actually. Like, I think people typically like criticize Ashley and being naive, or having just like a lot of childlike views upon, like, it matters because she does not have a lot of those experiences.
Right.
But she is like the positivity that Jimmy needs. Like, she is breezing through with optimism and like a fresh point of view, and like having been able to kind of take a step away from all of that is Degrassi and Craig, which is why she fucking fled to the UK in the
Right.
first place.
Let him
Overwhelmed
be
herself
Manny's
with
problem.
that. Right.
Like, she is like really seeing things as I think as they are. And she's like, yeah, no place is as unhinged as this school. I will be back. Like, I got bored.
Like, when
Right.
when I need more character development, I'll be back.
Right.
Let me go rest from
It's
my burnout.
literally like, I needed to just recharge. I needed to, what was Allie? I needed to, mount Allie a couple of times. My London lad. I needed to. And now I'm back with a hat, a funky, junky, really whack ass hat.
That was one of my fashion things too.
Yeah,
That
oh,
was
yeah,
just
we gonna
labeled
get into
Ashley's
it.
hat.
Yeah.
yeah.
But I
Can
even
I
heard.
say, actually, this doesn't fit in with either of the plots, but it doesn't fit in with Fashion Corner either, other than that I realized it trying to take my screenshots and struggling, as always, to get like anything close to a full body shot.
Yeah.
The way this show is filmed is weird. Can we talk about like how often like the top of somebody's head isn't in frame
Yeah.
when they're like having a conversation?
Yeah. I don't know if we need to maybe we can start paying attention to like the director of photography and then start blaming that person. Being like, Bill, you done fucked up this week because this shit is abysmal. Like, why can we not get
It's
good
not
shots
this week,
of these
it's every
outfits?
week, Avis. It's every
But
week.
wouldn't there be I mean, sometimes I think it's better than others. Sometimes I'm able to get good shots. Sometimes what they do is they'll give like the head, like the little bit above, like the shoulders, and then a little bit below, and then they'll sometimes give you like a flash of it, like a wide shot. But usually just when they're entering or exiting.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
like they
it's
don't
weird.
give you that in the scene, like unless someone's coming in or leaving. They don't like, oh, okay, pan out from that and just show them talking.
Right, and
they don't
or it's
do
like
that.
a big group, right? Like it's
it makes it really difficult to get the fashion screenshots.
And that's annoying enough. And why aren't there fucking full heads in the shot?
Mhm.
Like there was
Basic
a point where
framing.
like Alex's like half of Alex's eyes kept being out of the shot.
Yeah.
I'm not here for it.
No.
And now that I've seen it, I'll probably never unsee it.
I doubt it. It's just gonna be emblazoned in your brain now. It's distracting. I feel like this episode in particular, I wanted more wide shots, and it was just so close up on everything.
Mm-hmm.
But even their like graduation wasn't.
Yeah, no, it's I'm mad about it.
The wide shots were not giving. Like I didn't get as many as I needed for the things that were occurring in this episode. But yeah, maybe we'll start paying attention to who the fuck is the director of this photography business. But
I also want to say, like, first and foremost, don't lie to your partner.
right.
But also don't lie to your partner about something that involves somebody that your partner will interact with.
Right?
Spinner don't know that though. Spinner not thinking that many steps ahead.
He's so dumb. Spinner kind of.
I don't think Spinner knows how to plan at much anything ahead.
Right. No one
I
would
think
describe him as
He's
calculated.
just in the moment. He's in the
Just
I
moment.
living
think
for the
Spinner
now,
wants to get
dude.
caught. I think
YOLO.
Nah.
Spinner wants to get caught. He's
like
just like
subconsciously, because I think that like Spinner's not a bad dude
Mm-hmm.
at his core.
Mm-hmm.
And so he does these shitty things, but he does them stupidly because at his core, he doesn't want to like get away with that shit.
Right. And I mean, I think that that's probably pretty legit. Spinner feels like, especially in this episode, like he really wants to do the right thing, but he feels like the right thing is just not paying off, like pursuing the
It's just
right
not
thing, which is
attainable.
yeah,
least
it's
to
not
Darcy.
attainable, right?
And it's not even like I genuinely believe him. Like I don't think that I think he thinks Darcy is worth waiting for.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think like when he offers Paige a ride home, I did not feel like there were intentions behind that.
I didn't think there were intentions behind
Which
that.
is part of what made the kiss so weird. Like it would have made more sense if like he had put the jacket on her and like
Correct.
then they're close and she turns
Meet
around
hands.
and like whatever.
Just
But,
holding
like-
this shit like at like a really awkward distance and also in a really awkward way.
With
I
his meat
think that
hands.
meat hands, like it feels like yes, they could have given it they could have let it breathe a little bit. They could have let the scene, because I think the best romantic scenes or scenes when these actors actually do have chemistry is to let the scene breathe and to give it tension. Degrassi sometimes has tension. This is not one of those times. They don't want to let the scene breathe. And had you taken a beat and had him like, even if they paused when he's putting the jacket on her shoulders and like she turns around and he looks at, that would make more sense. He's touched her. They've been like, "Ooh, I ain't touched you in a while." That makes more sense.
Like, ooh, I'm sad and lonely.
I'm sad and lonely and you just touched me, and my girlfriend is chaste and a prude and also mad at me because I didn't exactly tell her the truth about my past, and now I just want to sin.
I feel like I don't know, like it wasn't his intention going into it. He really genuinely like he's an idiot, so he doesn't understand that lying about it like isn't just
Right.
fine now that he's re-virginized. And also he's like, it was before I even knew you. And no, it wasn't, because you met her at the car wash
You
before
met her at the
you
car
started
wash.
dating
It
Manny.
was before I knew you.
But the problem is the problem is not that Spinner is a sex crazed teenager. He is willing to wait. He thinks Darcy is worth it. The problem is that Darcy is not worth it.
No.
Damn. The problem
And
is
she
that
doesn't
Darcy is not
feel
worth
the
it.
same way about Spinner,
Yeah.
which is the whole thing. Like she could take him or leave him, but he's the one giving her attention right now.
Mm-hmm. So Shane has actually described Spinner, I believe, because someone told him this, that they thought he was like the village idiot.
I always
Of
thought
the
of him
show.
as like Degrassi's himbo.
He is a little bit,
Oh!
yeah.
Especially
Yep.
towards the end when he starts getting beefier.
Yeah. Beefier. Pump me up. Yeah, he is very much like not intelligent, especially in this way.
It's like the Degrassi's Kronk.
Kronk. Yes. It fits. It's the right brand. It's exactly like the essence is so there. And it's like, you love Kronk. We love Kronk. There are things we're not trusting Kronk with.
Exactly.
There's also like, we're not trusting Kronk to have a huge amount of like forethought
no.
or like, you know, honestly, any sort of consideration for the consequences, things like that. That's not Kronk's thing.
It's weird how like Spinner can simultaneously have like an impressive amount of emotional intelligence for a boy his age
Yes.
and like this is disappointing by the standards of boys your age lack of fucking emotional intelligence. At
It's
the
really
same
weird.
time,
It's really
a
weird.
skill.
Yeah, it is. It's like a tightrope he's walking there.
Because he like genuinely he does. He's like, I want to be re-virginized for you. Also though, the way that he's like, I was up all night memorizing scripture. What is that supposed to prove? Why does Darcy accept that?
Ask me anything.
Right.
No, don't ask me that.
Quiz me on the
right,
Bible.
you did not memorize the whole Bible.
There are like so many
like he didn't do like it's like he read from the paper, so he didn't like memorize anything. So why were you reading scripture all night?
Right,
it's like I was studying the Bible all night. I was reading that shit, and I didn't know really what a lot of it meant. But I
memorized it. He specifically says memorizing.
He said,
and because I memorized half the Bible, half the New Testament, I could not memorize. I, Gavin Mason, promise to honor God with my body. I will resist temptation and save myself for marriage.
Because he didn't have time.
No, because he was reading scripture.
Yeah.
Okay, why did Come Clean just pop into my head?
He's a virgin. He's a brand new virgin.
No, actually, no.
Wait.
Beautiful. That's perfect. Like, actually, though.
Touch for the fourth fucking time.
Damn.
Like a virgin.
Spitter.
Darcy.
You really can't see through these lies.
Oh my gosh.
God, Darcy's fucking dumb.
She is. And
Darcy's fucking
that little
dumb.
The walk that she's doing in this episode.
Blair had more reality check than Darcy ever did, and Darcy went to Africa.
Should know better, bitch. Yeah, no.
Didn't come back when her sister had cancer. Fuck Darcy.
Right. Maya gets a little sad, and Katie's like, I'm home.
Right. Pop back up like, what's up? You good? I'm here for you. Darcy let that girl go through all of the storylines in this show. And in like the span of 3 years by herself. The things she got like so many things within a span of months too. She was like pregnant, cancer, her best friend just died, like
the whole Adam Eli thing.
Yeah. Like, come on now. This is too much for one person.
Yeah, honestly, I don't understand.
No sister for you.
I don't understand how
support.
Hothead stepbrother
that's rolling around here on skates.
Getting your boyfriend.
He used to be your boyfriend.
Now is apparently the only support system that you have.
And he's your boyfriend's stoner buddy.
Oh my gosh.
It's fine. But like, I don't understand how any of the like the top maligned girlies of Degrassi, including Emma. So you're Claire, you're Maya, you're Emma, you're Ashley. Get more hate than Darcy.
Darcy's significantly proven to be like not a good person.
Darcy is an objectively bad person, even more so than Emma.
She very much teeters the line between good, like, trying and villain.
Because I think the problem with Darcy is she thinks that she's good.
Yeah.
She wholeheartedly believes that she is good and she has all the answers, and that the belief that she has makes all of her fucking thoughts divine, I guess. Like, she's not in touch with the fact that, like, you and a lot of your, like, the interpretations that you've drawn are not correct. And you are holding a lot of people around you to a really condescending version of what the Bible is saying.
Right.
While also, like, not just being a hypocrite, but doing real harm.
She's making it her mission to, like, shame people for shit that they've done.
Right.
Like, just casually. Like, oh, you know, if you repent, you know, that you're not going to hell. Probably.
Maybe.
Cannot, like, 100%
you can get
confirm,
re-virginized.
But, yeah.
Okay,
But
does that change the fact that the whole school saw her tits? No.
Right, and she's still gonna judge the fuck out of Manny, even if she does that. So what's the point? She is still going to see Manny for the worst thing that happened to her.
Which I think is why she really goes through it after the skiing storyline. Like, that's a huge reality crash for her.
Yeah, she judges everyone so hard about, honestly, I think it's a weird, and not even to say, oh, like, I'm not trying to imply karma or anything, but, like, she is probably one of those people that cannot understand other points of view unless she's gone through the thing. She cannot understand how Manny would let that happen to her, let herself be taken advantage of, and she blames her for it. Like, whatever happened to her for her boobs to be circulated around the school, she blames her for it because it had to be her fault in Darcy's point of view. And then when something happens to Darcy that's out of her control, then she understands, and Manny is the one who literally puts her back together.
Yep.
Yeah. No, and
once again is the best fucking friend that you could ever fucking have.
Nobody, none of these people deserve Manuela Santos.
No.
Except Ashley. I mean, I wish they could have been friends.
That would have been an interesting pairing. Ashley deserved a ride or die.
Did they ever really even interact?
Jeez,
I mean, other than
had in there, Ashley, your issues. No.
Yeah, no, they. I love in like one of the first episodes, I think it's Family Politics, when Toby's like, that's my stepsister Ashley, I hate her. And Manny's like, she's pretty.
Yes. Yep.
They could have been a fucking force.
I mean, that whole love triangle thing really fucked their relationship.
That's true.
Yeah.
Like, everybody just wanted to see her as a slut because they couldn't just deal with their own whatever.
Well, and you got Craig Manning coming out here, fucking ruining everybody's lives and eating all the steak. Like, fuck you, dude.
Really
Craig
should have been
trash Manning.
Really should have been my first warning that I had shit taste in men.
Oh my god.
You can commiserate with Caroline. I never saw the appeal. I was too busy looking at Paige and
sing. He could sing.
I always liked his songs.
He was emo.
He was cute and he was broken. I could fix him.
Exactly.
No.
And he just needed somebody to love him
Ellie syndrome.
the right way.
He just slinks in at the end of this episode, and both fucking Ashley and Ellie are like, fuck. all like smiling at each other. He's like waving at them and they're like looking at each other like.
Well, I think Ashley figured out that Ellie was talking about having a crush on Craig.
Mm-hmm.
At that
Yeah.
He's not
moment.
the guy, Ash.
Yeah.
He's not the guy. You didn't even fucking talk to me, man. Why did you talk to me? Why did you go profess my love for so? You didn't even. You just
Right.
got back. You just
And
got
now
off of
me
a
and
fucking
Jimmy
plane.
are never gonna talk again.
Yeah. But they were drawing together. They were gonna take a tech class or something. They were gonna
Not
take a class.
anymore.
What class were they gonna take that they fucking bullshitted Hazel about? Oh, what is it? It's
Some-
comic. Not
yeah.
comics. Comics.
illustration?
Yeah, it was
Was it
something like
comic?
she's like
Yeah,
the
it was
Crimson
some
Kid.
kinda...
She's like Flash, the Crimson Kid. You know.
Yeah,
And I just can't remember what the hook is for that. And
I
she's like,
think
no,
it
we're not
was-
talking about that, bitch. Dumb bitch. She's just like, y'all suck.
Oh, they
Dark
were
Horror.
talking about Flash, I think.
Yes.
Oh, Flash
Flash.
animation.
Like Flash
yeah.
animation.
Flash animation. And she was like, you know, Flash, the Crimson Kid. You were talking about comics, superheroes, right? Like, no, bitch.
Poor Hazel.
And then you don't end up with her man after all that?
Right?
What was
He
the point?
literally painted you into a mural.
A really despicable mural. She
That's
looks so weird.
That's
in
why
that
she
picture.
doesn't like him. It has nothing to do with the
She's like-
wheelchair and everything to do with the mural.
She's like,
He's
you
like,
just
I know
didn't
you can
paint me
art,
right.
and you did that.
You ain't do that right.
Right? Look at the detail with which you did like
Mhm.
your shooter. This
Jimmy
looks like
wants
you
to paint.
This
Does
looks like
he?
if somebody had filmed you getting shot and then freeze framed it and you traced it, is how accurate, how much this looks like this guy.
Oh shit. Yeah, I feel like it's so annoying how they just ping pong with Jimmy's interest, because it just kills me how
They
in
do
the
it with
episode.
everybody.
But it's like, why does Jimmy suddenly want to paint? And where does it go? He doesn't want to paint next season. That bitch ain't worried about no painting.
No,
Nah,
but he's
he's back
still
to-
arting.
He's doing his music. He starts topping on
Music,
tracks
yeah,
and
music.
shit.
No, he makes weird t-shirts with spinner.
Oh yeah, yep.
Street art.
His graffiti shirt.
That ain't painting. He's not painting.
I'm sorry. I went to the street art museum in Amsterdam, and that is absolutely painting. And it's, when done well, it's really impressive painting. I don't think that Jimmy is that level.
Right. She made it sound like he was gonna be on some Picasso with his paints and shit, mixing oil paints and shit in the back. Like, this not that serious. Jimmy can do that and also probably play in the band if it's that like Jimmy wants to paint and he's got to do that full time. You don't understand. He's got to mix his fucking, like, Ellie is this hype man for this boy, and then she doesn't end up with him.
Yeah.
Twice.
Twice. You still a bitch for what you did to Jimmy Brooks. Like, oh yeah.
She's a bitch for what you did last summer.
No, actually, that tracks for Spinner. You still a bitch for what you did last summer. You fucked him
Yeah.
too. That was before I knew you.
That is a lie.
He was so he was in his conviction. Like, no, we didn't know each other really. Like, I knew you, but I
probably-
didn't know you.
He probably thought that too.
He really felt it with his chest. The way you said it. Yeah, but that was before I knew you.
No, his acting was particularly good in this episode, I felt like.
Mhm.
Like, I can't believe that I'm saying this on mic, but at the end when he's like, if she turns around to look before she gets on, I'll be okay.
I'll be okay.
I a little
Yo.
bit got chills.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll be.
It was
Yes, I
very
always like that
rom-com.
scene. It also helps that song they're playing. Day from this, and you won't look back. Whoever did the music on this episode, you did your big one, okay? Because there's a couple songs, the two-parter. This was good. There's a couple songs in this bitch. But the one acting note that I have, I don't know why, but the way he says, like, Darcy, blah blah blah, I don't want anybody else. You're everything to me. Like, it just sounds like he's adding on things just to make her like swoon, like trying to say the perfect thing to make her be reassured. And I think that's probably why it sounds like that to me. It's like, maybe it's like he's really trying to find the right thing to say to this girl to make her react and be reassured.
Can I just say I did not like the way that he said clada?
Clada.
He
What
was
did he
like,
say?
these are clada rings.
Oh.
It was given
Oh,
pasta
Adam.
sauce.
It's a clada ring.
I put the subtitles on. Didn't help. Still don't know what the fuck he said, so thank you. I was like, he didn't say like chastity or promise ring or anything, so I'm like,
No, it's a clada ring.
what's that?
It's an Irish thing, with the
Oh.
hands and the heart and the crown.
Oh, okay.
And depending on which way you have the ring facing on your finger,
Mm-hmm.
it's supposed to be like if you're wearing it the way that he put it on Darcy's finger, like you're spoken for, you've got somebody who's got your heart type
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Oh, okay.
But it's not pronounced clada.
Clada.
I'm probably not pronouncing it right either, because like Irish pronunciations are intense.
Yeah,
for sure.
they are. I'm
Do you know
always
how you spell
super
Connor?
confused by their spelling and pronunciations. No, I don't know how you spell
The
Connor.
traditional Irish spelling of Connor, and I know this because I have a friend whose son is named Connor, spelled this way.
Nothing like it's yeah.
CONCHOBAR.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Yeah. Right. Sure.
Yep.
Or
As
like,
one does.
you ever see that name that looks like Siobhan? It's like
Yes.
S-I. Yeah. Do you know
Yeah.
how to pronounce that? Siobhan.
Yeah. Thank you. I was like, I do, but I always fucking forget. Yeah, I went down that rabbit hole when The Lovely Bones was coming out, and Seors or whatever. I know that's how her Saoirse is how you say her name. Saoirse Rowan or whatever, but it's pronounced like, or said like, spelled like SAO, bunch of
like
other
Seorsa or
yeah,
whatever,
like
right?
seahorse,
Yeah.
seahorse. No. Like,
And
I
there's
was just
so
like,
many like
how do you
beautiful
keep
names, but
track
I'm
of
just like,
this?
I don't know how to pronounce. Like, you see you see it in writing, and you're just like, I hope I never have to say this out loud.
It's like sometimes
Right.
the ones they're spelled weird, they sound really pretty. And if they're spelled pretty, they sound weird.
Yeah.
Which is a choice that someone made.
But none of them are pronounced clada. They're clada rings.
Not
Like,
a one.
it's almost giving. It's giving like Minnesota, which I kind of feel
Oh.
like is what pasta gives.
Is it? Yeah.
I feel like a lot of Minnesota and Canadian accents kind of
Mm-hmm.
merge together.
It's like wherever the fucking Swedes fucking settled.
Not where the Swedes settled.
It is though. Tell me I'm wrong.
I'm done. I'm not telling you you're wrong.
Like, but yeah, it
It's
sounds
words.
like a Midwestern mom being like, you know, Brittany's boyfriend got her a clada ring.
Mhm.
They're gonna go to prom together.
Don't you know?
Don't you know?
Fucking Shane's out here sounding like the mom from Bobby's World.
Oh, not the mom. Bobby's
Wait, I've
World.
never. No, that's something I'm going to have to look up. I hope you know.
Yeah, you are too young to have experienced Bobby's World, and I hate that for you.
Is that an animated show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Then
About
But
okay,
it was
wait.
partially animated because it was also like bits of live action Howie Mandel.
Yeah, I was like, I actually do think I know this show.
Oh my
It's like a
I
little
think.
big-headed ass boy, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Big-headed ass motherfucker. I do know this show.
Jeez, you're talking about this kid like he's Caillou.
I just remember a big ass head. That's all I remember. He's got a hair on this shit. Yes, I do know Bobby's World. It's like just a quick Google search because I'm like, wait a minute, that's familiar. However,
You're like Howie Mandel in a cartoon, but he's...
Is this streaming anywhere?
I don't know.
I just looked it up. Oh, YouTube and Prime.
Well, hey.
Well, hey girl, hey.
Okay.
Let me peruse my notes. I tried to divide between like the A plot.
This whole conversation has covered all the plots, and I'm fine with it.
It really has. I must point out when Darcy and Spinner are on their little picnic in part 2, they have jarred cheese and they have Cheetos. Weird.
Spinner likes to shotgun bottles of spray cheese, so
That's
like not
true.
that weird.
I hope that his colon's okay.
I would like to ask once again why all of their events are sponsored.
Right, by Herbal Essences.
Or Pantene Pro
or
V.
Pantene. Like what's the hats?
Also like Darcy coming into school the day after the breakup, dressed kind of slutty, being like, please take me back, I'm begging you, is giving like the end of Grease, but make it even more nauseating.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like,
that's definitely Darcy, you're a Christian woman.
It was the fact that she did that little teeny ass skirt and those little strappy sandals and that little tiny vest. Like, why is she walking into school like this?
She thinks a jacket's gonna make it appropriate.
Right?
And that walk, I started to talk a little bit about it, but that, like, I know you slept with her.
Well, and like for a minute I was like, is she like, is this like the revenge dress? Like, is she coming in?
Right. To be
and like I was about to be like, yes, Darcy, okay, let me like you for a scene. But then she's like, please take me back. I'll do anything. I'll suck your dick.
She's popping her gum and everything. She's like, let me help you up. Take me back, please. Like, what?
And then 10 minutes later, finds out slept with Paige, and then still looks back at the end of the episode.
I wanted to know what my present was. You gave her your dick,
Darcy.
didn't you? Didn't you?
That was supposed to be for me.
Your dick is dirty now. You can't
After
repent
we
this
just
away.
Got it clean.
We've just got it cleaned. Are you kidding me? Like, that's what it's giving. Like, your dick is dirty again. You sullied this relationship. But why are you looking through his phone, girl? You don't
she
trust
wanted to know what her she wanted to know what her present was.
She doesn't trust
really
anybody.
Doesn't. Like, I know that sometimes Manny says you're just jealous and it's not accurate, but it would have been 100% in line for Manny to tell Darcy that she was just jealous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, as I'm scrolling my notes, I do see that I wrote LOL at Nate having mono because Nate's the guy who wouldn't kiss Emma because of the gonorrhea in her throat. And then he got the kissing disease. So he was probably making out with Heather Sinclair. Or Craig.
Or Craig, who knows, right? The fact that they dropped that storyline of Craig being bi, which, okay, also, let me point this out that pissed me off. I don't like how she's like, when Alex goes back to her apartment and Jay's like, do you want to make, you want to rebound? And she's like, I'm not bi. I'm a lesbian, an actual lesbian who just broke up with her first girlfriend and it sucks. I used to think that line was so good. That's such a good line. That's so good. You can be bi and not want to fuck Jay.
You can be bi and not want to fuck Jay, I guess.
At first, like, Paige suddenly likes a girl, must be a lesbian, can't ever like another guy ever.
you cannot like another guy ever. And it's like the same thing with Alex when like we have seen her with a guy. So that doesn't mean that she's automatically repulsed by men.
But I see.
And, I mean, she can describe. I describe myself as a lesbian. I do. I don't, and I'm not repulsed by men. I don't think that the dick is nasty. I just don't want it in a relationship. But that doesn't mean I wouldn't if I wanted to, because I'm not repulsed by it. But I still describe so I'm not invalidating Alex's reasoning on like stating that she is a lesbian, but I also think she's kind of doing that to like ward off any possible, like, even though I am not with her anymore, that doesn't mean we're getting back together. Like, that's what I kind of think that means when you don't have to say that just to ward him off. Like
I didn't take it that way at all. That to me felt like just vulnerability from Alex, her being like, no, I don't want to make out with you. I'm not.
It feels like vulnerability.
I'm gay. I just broke up with my girlfriend. It sucks. Like, no, I don't think it was a ward Jay off. It was a like,
I think it
let
was
her walls down.
Yeah. And it kind of felt like a vehicle for the show to kind of be like, okay, Alex is lesbian.
Yes. That's kind of what I feel like. That's what I feel like it was a vehicle for the show to be like, Alex is a lesbian. And we're going to declare it now, because they already let Paige metaphorically off of the hook with letting her sleep with Spinner so soon after being with Alex. Almost like, okay, we're not going to put Paige in this box, but you can have Alex. Alex is a lesbian.
Right.
We need to confirm that one of these two ladies that were in a same-sex relationship are going to clear the episode staying a lesbian. That's kind of what I think it was. And it's like, maybe that's more what I feel versus the like, okay, Jay, back the fuck up. But I also feel someone is like, Jay, you don't got stop trying to get in my panties. Like, right, like a shield, which doesn't work for guys anyway, by the way. No. They don't care if you're gay.
I know. They don't
care if you're gay.
I believe Jay when he was like, no, I'm sorry.
I believe Jay when he... I believe Jay's
Let's
response.
watch TV, and I'm not going to try and bone you. This is why I love Jay.
I don't think Jay was disingenuous. I just think that was where the show and Alex were coming from. And I do believe I think he cares about her. The way that he's tried to, the things that he's done, the unhinged shit he's done following them not being together and everything, and then her getting together with Paige has indicated that he does still care about her. He has a fucked up way of showing it. But there's a reason why he's still hanging out with her stepdad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's just hoping to catch some dregs of Alex.
Yeah. He might be a fucked up individual, but he still cares.
He cares. I 100% believe that. I just think the show is trying to be like, fuck y'all, we're keeping one of them's a lesbian, okay? Yeah. See her,
and
damn.
I feel like my toxic trait is that like Jay Hogarth is baby girl. And like when he's like, I'm not here for you. Jay. I came to watch the game with Chad. Like, I believe that. Like, I think he does want to be around Alex because they were glued to each other. So not only were they partners, but like she was probably his best friend. And then Sean Cameron moved away.
Yeah, they were family. Yeah.
And
he lost all his best buds.
And I think that Chad is less...
Spinner found the Lord.
Spinner found the Lord. Emma found penicillin.
Woo, damn, she sure did.
But like, I feel like, you know, we've theorized before that part of why he's like so jovial with Chad is because Chad sucks less when Jay's there broing out.
Mm-hmm.
And
he just passed out, not being a menace.
And what do we even really know about Jay's home life?
We really don't get much about. Honestly, we get really nothing about Jay's home life.
His parents may or may not live in Malta.
Yeah,
his parents may or may not live in Malta. My mom, my real mom, who died when I was little.
Is that what happened?
That's what he says in the episode. Probably,
like,
yeah.
So
I just remember the line delivery so much. Like, he's like, bitch, you pawned what? Like, bitch, you didn't even, like, you believed me about that Malta thing? Like, no, my mom's dead, and you just pawned her shit. Like, how was I supposed to know that? You're just a big liar, yo. Like, you lie so much. We don't know that that's true either. We don't know where this boy lives. We don't know who's his guardian. Who is his guardian? Does he have a dad? Tracker is like sponsoring him from Alberta.
Maybe he's moved into the Kevin Smith home for wayward used car salesmen and teenagers, eh?
Joey's like, the more the merrier, I guess, bitch.
Do you want to join my band? Here, let me play you our song. Jay's like, I can't be here anymore. I'd rather watch the baseball game with Chad.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think
but
we
no,
can...
I'm always going to see the best in Jay. I don't know what it is. I think it's Michael Bell, like, exudes charisma.
He does. And I while I don't think that Jay's actions are 100, because unlike our beloved himbo Spinner, aka Kronk Mason,
Gavin
Jay
Reginald
Hogarth.
Spinner Kronk Mason.
We just renamed that boy. Jay is quite calculated.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think, and I do know that he cares about Alex, but like, what are the odds that, you know, he just hangs out there and he's like, one day Alex will come home and I'll see her? Because it's not like he's not getting what you're saying out of it. Because I believe that he does enjoy. You're not just going to hang around with somebody's, you know, father figure if you don't actually enjoy hanging out with him. Because it's not like Alex is, she works, she has a job. She's usually not there. Mm-hmm. When he's, you know, watching the game or whatever with Chad. Like she would be at work or hanging out with Paige or maybe doing something for student government, whatever. She wouldn't usually be home. Now things have changed in her life. She's home. She doesn't have a girlfriend anymore. She doesn't have a job anymore. Yeah. And he's like, oh, you're home. Like, oh, like, I hope this would happen. I didn't know it would happen. My lucky day kind of thing. Like, he's just playing the long game. I really do believe that Jay plays the long game.
I mean, I think that's fair too, but because my toxic trait is Jay Hogarth,
you heard it here, folks. That it's Caroline is toxically simping for Jay Hogarth and believes he has the purest of heart and intentions.
I don't think he has the purest of heart and intentions, but I think it's less about like wanting to get back together with Alex and more about missing his friend.
Well, no, I don't think about getting back together, but he just wants access to her again. He wants to spend time with her.
That's valid.
Yeah, he wants because he doesn't have access to her anymore. And I would argue that most of unless people don't know this already, unless you haven't been in a long-term relationship, most of it's not fucking.
Right.
So you kind of have to like the person that you're with on like a friendship level. You gotta like want to do things together and work together and, you know, have a life and partnership and things. So if you don't, once the sex is removed, you presumably, unless something big happened and y'all fucked up, you have those components still there for a friendship.
Okay, so I will say though, I know that Jay is maybe like 45 years old, but we're supposed to believe that the two of them are like 18, 19, right?
They seem so like, old and middle-aged.
When you've been in a long-term relationship as an adult, I think that's true. But I think that when you're in a long-term relationship as teenagers, once you start fucking, a lot of what you do is fucking.
Well, Brandi, can you attest to that? I did not do a lot of fucking as a teenager.
I didn't either.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't have anybody. I didn't have consistency with sex until I was like possibly 19. And yes, I had someone who would just like touch my boob and then want to have sex. Like, okay, I'm just gonna just like, we're having sex now, right?
Like, you know, when you're a teenager,
that was a lot of the interaction. So maybe that's true. But like, a lot
of my friends did a lot of fucking. I
didn't either.
Yeah, no, I do. I think that like, not that they didn't have anything other than fucking, They fixed cars together. They
I
stole shit
suppose we can
together.
assume that they fucked, huh?
Well, yeah, he gave her gonorrhea.
Well, I mean, at least the head. We don't know if it was the back. The neck was.
Do we know that it was Alex's neck? Alex's got it in the throat?
She had,
Or
yeah.
just that she wasn't feeling well, so she went to the doctor? Do we know that vaginally contracted gonorrhea can't also manifest?
We know that from that little flippy chart that you could get like genital warts and like I think they said fever maybe.
Yeah,
but I don't
and
know
I
if
feel
that's
like, and also just because she got it in her throat doesn't mean that's the only place she got it. It may just be that that's where like the symptoms became obvious faster. I think it's safe to assume that Jay and Alex have copulated.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but
or she was in the closet and was with him because he was there and just satisfied him with blowjobs.
I like that.
Maybe
better.
I'm wrong, but I feel like if I were a lesbian,
I hate blowjobs.
I would rather let you have sex with my vagina.
Anything but the mouth.
Because like at the end of the day, right, okay, like maybe you're not into dudes, but stimulation is stimulation, and maybe like you've got at least a chance of it feeling good, even if it's not something you're super into. Whereas like sucking dick, like where you're just sucking dick.
Okay, I'll accept that. I'll accept that they've copulated. That's fine. Paige has copulated in this episode. We did briefly talk about that, but Paige is like, that song that I'm walking on sunshine.
I mean, I assume that Paige lost her virginity to Mr. Oleander.
You did.
I mean, I do assume that. Like,
Brandi, did you assume that? Brandy's like, I
brought it up. Yeah.
I never really thought about it, but
else that would have happened with before that.
Unless it was with Spinner in this episode.
I was gonna say, I thought the implication that it was that it was Spinner in this episode.
I just don't think that a whole grown ass man.
He says that it was with Manny.
He says his first time was with Manny. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So it would have been Paige's I think it was Paige's first time.
In this episode?
Oh, in this episode?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I think, because I know that they had, not that we did not see every on-screen interaction. And of course it's possible that they had sex off-screen. I just don't know that would have been, I just don't know that I believe it went there. I think maybe it got too close, but I don't know that I believe that. I feel like what we saw is mostly what occurred.
Right. Like he didn't really have together.
Right. He didn't really have her at his apartment many times.
Like, that's fair.
It just feels like he was trying to be, because I think she would have been way more, she was already very sprung, but I think she would have been way more emotionally like devastated had everything gone. Like, she was already willing to fucking risk it all for his ass.
Well,
but
that's the thing, is like, why I say that is, I guess, because I don't see him not wanting to, and I don't see her saying no.
Yeah, I get that. I just don't.
But I'm totally willing to.
Yeah, I don't know why that, like, the vibes for that weren't there. Just, he's a slime ball. He's sleaze. He's fucking oily, but I don't think that it's
nonchalant about it. Like, this was a great way to end the school year.
It's, I mean, well, I guess I always thought she was kind of like, she was being breezy about it, but like that she did mean that it was like and I think because maybe the point that she is and who he was and everything, and like she's trying to feel like, okay, this is the end of a chapter and this is a good thing, and like every end comes, every end's beginning, whatever, that whole thing comes from some other beginnings and
Alexa,
all
play
that shit.
closing time.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because I know, like, before she had wanted to lose her virginity with him, and then what happened to her, and so that just didn't end up happening.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, wait, what about this? Maybe she lost her virginity to Alex and she was nonchalant about it with Spinner because she was like, I've already lost my virginity.
Right. And it's like a
definitely
sweet
could
sentimental
be.
thing. Yeah, I would buy that. Because, like, I think the nonchalantness is, it could also be familiarity. And she's like, this just feels right to have to this be the cap of the year, the
Right.
last year of school. It feels right. And I guess that's why I always felt like she would be so breezy about it if it was her first time, because it's like, this is someone who she loved for a significant amount of time in high school context. You know, it for her and her trying to feel like everything's perfect and being wrapped up nicely, like that's such a poetic way to end school, like with my first time being with the first guy who loved me, you know, sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I always saw it. I mean, I'm open to that interpretation of like, yeah, I just got, you know, I got fucked by that girl 7 ways to Sunday. It ain't nothing but a chicken wing, sort of thing with Spinner.
Okay. No, you know what? I don't think that it was her first time, because if it was her first time, or her first time like excluding Alex, it would have been the first time that she had consensual sex with a boy. And I'm not sure that she would be so nonchalant about that.
That's
And maybe
fair.
I'm
Even
wrong.
if it
Maybe
was with
that's
Spinner.
even if it was with Spinner. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is in character
I think,
for
yeah, because I
Paige.
think she's kind of reclaiming that, like,
Yeah, no,
what
as I
she
said it, I was
wishes,
like,
what she wishes her first time was, even.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
kind of going
Yes.
back to like healing, like finally putting a close to like that whole chapter of her past and everything. I could see that.
all right. I'm here for it, and I'm here for that being the way that Paige loses her virginity. Yeah, no, I liked Paige and Spinner in this episode more than I liked them the entirety of their relationship.
Yeah.
They're both
Like,
in way better places.
I ship this Paige and Spinner.
Yeah, this feels, and it's also a lighter version of Paige. I think obviously that does not last, unfortunately. But it's like, it's so good to see her being so, like, you know, optimistic and fueled with, like, you know, energy and everything, and she is just like operating on all cylinders, and she is just like, you know, this was good, I'm glad this was a great way to end school. And like,
I noticed too, we're already seeing like little hints of her breakdown.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When she's
Totally.
breaking up with Alex, she's like, I need structure and
I need plans.
plans.
You don't plan
Also,
shit.
why the fuck is Alex always trying to get Paige to break the law? She's
always
like,
her
let's
go-to.
smoke weed.
No, actually, I'm like, one of my notes is like, Alex, retail theft is not exciting. Like, this shit is like, and the fact that Paige was just able to be like, oh, I'm sorry, here, that was totally a mistake, is the complete opposite of Danny's fucking experience in a couple of episodes when he's like almost hauled off to the fucking cops. Like, you can't just do that shit. You can't just put some shit in somebody's bag and then let them walk through a metal detector.
No. But you can if you're Alex, apparently.
Apparently, Alex, you know that you have to you swipe the shit with no security tag. You do not be a fucking amateur, okay?
Right.
If you're gonna do this shit,
know.
she should know.
Yeah, that's, yeah.
The security device,
Jay,
right?
king of stealing.
she knew that security device was on that shit, and she did Paige dirty. She ain't even steal right. She's so distraught.
She can't even get a 5-finger discount on a pack of smokes. Also, who the fuck is Shelly? Like, what happened to Miri?
I was gonna say, if they just go casually like move Mary out and slide Shelly in.
I mean, I guess like you have more than one manager at most jobs.
That is a probability. Yeah. However, I don't know this bitch. and to make Alex clean.
That's vile. That's
rude.
vile.
You gonna make her clean the toilets and then fire her? The way I would be like, okay, you gotta
the way
fight me now.
I would shit on the hood of your car.
I would go in and just destroy that bathroom.
I wouldn't, because Paige would have to clean it up.
Oh, that's true. That's very true. Yep, I'd shit on their car.
But yeah, I'd shit on his car, or
Brandy's like, I'm pulling down trout next to you. Note to y'all, just so y'all know, don't ever piss Caroline off, okay? Because she is like the amount of ideas I've gotten from this girl.
I am the queen of ideas for petty revenge. Most of them don't come to fruition,
over here.
But
it's all hypothetical.
It's all hypothetical. For legal purposes, this is all a joke. The way that I would go find some dog shit and put that under your door handle.
The way that dog shit is like the worst thing ever.
The way that I would follow you home, shit in a paper bag, put it on your doorstep, light it on fire, ring your doorbell, and run away. Like, no, that's fucked.
And the way that I'm going to be sitting in my house looking at my doorbell cam like, what the fuck?
The way, like...
like, who is this psychopath? Stepping onto my fucking steps and lighting a bag of shit on fire.
To be clear, not even for legal purposes, this is a joke. I have never done that. I would never actually do that. But fuck Shelly. Alex should have broken into her house and done like an upper decker in every toilet in that woman's home.
Upper decker?
Yeah.
What
do you not know what that is, Avis?
What the fuck is that?
That's when...
Is it like when you stand up high and you like...
You shit in like the tank?
Oh! What? What? People are out here shitting in people's tanks.
Don't piss them off.
People are out here shitting in people's toilet tanks.
To be fair, I've never heard anybody like recount actually doing it or actually see like.
My God.
I've never heard of it actually being done, but it's definitely referenced.
This is called
stuff.
Double decking.
An upper decker.
Upper decker.
I'm sure it's happened at least once in the history of toilets.
That's
because
so
people
fucking
are
violent. Do you know how hard that is to get out? Those tanks are deep.
Well, and if you didn't know and you flush the toilet, I feel like it would get all gummed up in like the plungy part. It would be, yeah.
The worst.
We have ended up talking about poop so much this season.
There must be a poop tally. You know, I cut that whole poop conversation. No, I don't think I cut it. I cut something. I cut like one of the tangents. I was like, fuck this whole thing. No, that's really fucking surprising. And the more I live on this planet, the more I am convinced that people are just so fucking depraved.
People are the worst thing to happen to this planet.
I would never naturally think of doing that. Do you understand that I'm never going to be like, oh, I should just shit in someone's tank? What?
What, you think I came up with it? No.
You introduced me to it, Caroline. I would never know what this shit is. Literally. Wow. People are rude.
Now you'll be prepared.
Now you know.
Another
'Cause
thing to
it's
be
my
afraid
super
of.
short
Another
show.
thing to be afraid of. Oh my gosh.
Okay. So
Ooh.
that was
That
toilet
was
time.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Mike's super short show. Okay. Does anybody else have any more notes? I have one, which is Jimmy's wheelchair only weighs 10 pounds. Oh, I meant to Google how much does a wheelchair weigh.
Pretty freaking heavy.
You're like, that seems low.
Because he was like 10 pounds of metal and vinyl or whatever. And I feel like that can't be right.
Way more than.
Oh. Well, okay. A standard manual wheelchair weighs between 15 to 60 pounds, and a power wheelchair can weigh anywhere from 50 to 250.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'd have to imagine like the sports ones are more like in line too. Like the ones that he wanted are probably lighter.
He's just stuck in that basketball wheelchair forever. His dad threw out his other one and was like, you'll be a wheelchair basketball star or you'll be nothing at all.
I mean, that would have been his future if he hadn't caught his dad cheating.
Truly. No, his dad's trying to kill him, that ramp.
His dad is straight trying to take him out, the negligence.
That man. And he's so awful. I just kind of like, I don't know what Drake's dad looks like, so I just picture Mr. Brooks.
He's a
and it
light-skinned
fits.
man.
Oh, well, then it doesn't fit, but
He's short as well. He's very short, I believe. At least he looks short.
we're so mean to Drake.
It's warranted, okay?
It is.
He's a little
It
bitch. He's a little bitch, okay? He can take it. If he can't, too bad. Anyway.
Anyway.
I have no sympathy for him.
Also, I thought that like Toby and Ashley pushing each other in the halls was really cute.
Yeah, I
'Cause
noted that. Yeah, I'm like, that's how they got to reestablish their siblings in case we forgot.
Well, and also like now that Jeff and Kate have fallen into the black hole, Toby and Ashley are just two crazy kids trying to make it in this crazy world.
Without a home, apparently.
They have a home, they just don't have parents.
Just like
How
everybody
is that mortgage being paid?
Kate owns the house outright.
Who's paying the taxes?
Robert
the children?
Kerwin.
He's dead. No, I'm joking.
No,
in
he's
Paris.
not. He's
in UK. He's in the UK. He ain't worried about that shit.
I mean maybe he got. Go ahead, Brandi.
Maybe his daughter just emailed him. And he's just sending her money.
I think that's it. That's it.
Oh my gosh. Whatever we need to do to put tape on this.
Alone. Toby, you've had two friends die. You can be home alone.
Right. Whatever we need to do to put duct tape on this situation so that the authorities aren't called. Okay.
Right.
I don't think that I mentioned, but Darcy is just quite insecure throughout this whole bitch, and you know that's never fun in a relationship. And Manny is just in her shine era, and it must really suck to be like your first time was with her.
For real.
Her. Like that's
I'd be jealous too, honestly.
Very. And I know it might be a good tangent unless we have something else to say after, but their color palette of Darcy in like the little hooded pink velour, or not velour, it's like sweatshirty material, and then Manny in like the red and the black satin pants. It's very like angel devil.
Yeah, definitely.
Color palette. And I'm like, y'all are being very pointed, but like both of the outfits are cute. I actually like that outfit on Darcy.
Mm-hmm. You didn't a couple of weeks ago. We made fun of that shirt a lot a couple of weeks ago.
I think it
fits better this week though. I noticed I didn't like it. I didn't hate it as much.
Didn't she wear that shit to the fucking car wash or the when they were going to
No,
the beach or whatever?
Yeah, she wore it on the Jesus camping trip.
Yes, the Jesus camping trip. That's why I was dumb. That's not.
No, it didn't look good. It was
didn't
like,
look good. That's not where you wear that. That's not that kind of top.
Okay, are we ready for segments?
Yeah, do you have anything else, Brandi, on the plots? No?
No.
Okay. Yeah, let's go.
Brandi, you want to kick us off?
Well, to start, I have, the herbal essences with Manny and, wow, JT standing on the stage with like the psychedelic background with the herbal essences. Just thought that was funny. Like herbal essences out of nowhere. Here's a giant logo.
Yep.
I really loved Manny's outfit in the opening scene when they're leaving the dot, and she's got this shirt that's like a V-neck and half of it's blue and half of it's checkered, and then it's got like a 93 in a circle on the center, and a cute pink zip-up hoodie. And she just looks cute and fun.
A lot of her casual sporty wear is really cute.
Yeah, I love that look on her. I mean, yeah, I already said I really had like multiple screenshots of the Darcy and Emma Darcy and Manny like polar opposite outfits. But one outfit that usually I really love what Paige wears, but I don't know what was going on with this like plaid blazer. And
I have that on the screenshot too. It's just like she was rocking some business casual this episode, but I don't know.
Yeah, and of course the tunic length lacy cami and like the tissue thin tank top.
Yeah, hated that.
Hate it. And the olive green pointy toe boots. She's got a garage bag that does not help matters. And she's got a little cream purse, little speed bag tucked under. And I feel like this is her MO to wear the little speed bag. But also the necklace that she has on is just, what would she say? Disgrosting? Is disgrosting.
Yeah. And illegal.
And illegal. Go to jail. Go directly to jail.
I had, and I don't know how I feel about the top as a whole, but Quan, I liked those colors on her at the very least.
Okay.
And
we usually see Quan in red.
Yeah, she's normally in like that red button.
And she's in like green and white with like black accents, and it's cute. The top itself is very of the times. It's like a big print that's kind of abstract florals, scoop neck, and there's like a tie on the side. But I like the colors on her a lot, and her hair looks great. I love Miss Quan.
Me too. She put up with so much.
She hates these kids, but I don't blame her.
These kids. Fuck them.
And then Marco goes through some interesting choices this episode. Like he has the one during the re-virginalizing where he's like in 3 different shirts, 2 pop collars that don't match. And then like the next scene he's like in Jamaican casual with his jacket and his hookah necklace.
He rocks a couple of bandanas. Marco had so many outfits this episode.
He really can't resist adding more accessories, adding another pop collar, starch.
At one point, like I've got him and Paige at what I assume is the dot, and he's wearing a white t-shirt. Over that is a pale yellow popped collar polo.
Yep.
Over that is like a blue with like these diagonal square lines.
Yep.
And then he's wearing, it appears on his left wrist, a watch and a like leather cuff. And then
He was big into the
he's
accessories.
also got like what looks like some kind of silver bracelet on his right wrist and a necklace. It's giving Chad Danforth in High School Musical 2 with all of the watches up his arm.
If you
He
didn't know
has
he was
no
gay,
filter.
Yeah. It's yeah.
and then when just I think it was in the very beginning when they're like in front of the school. There's just this random like punk guy in like a mohawk that I was just like, "Where are you? What's your story?" And then you just never see him, but it's like a huge mohawk.
I missed that somehow.
I love that. I do believe this could be an outfit repeat on Paige, but what I really like is her ripped up jeans. The shirt is partially hidden. I think we see it for like a second before she scatters.
We see it later and it's not great.
It's okay, no, then the tie ruins it.
Yeah.
And the way it hangs on her, it's not great, but the jeans
It's
are
extra
cute.
fabric, yeah, but I like the way the jeans are distressed. And I always love a well-placed knee hole. I don't know what it is about me and the wide leg jeans, and I don't think those are the same boots, and they're not as pointy, so they're not as offensive to me.
Even though like she's in the episode a few times, like when days have moved, Hazel, other than her graduation gown, is only wearing one shirt.
Yeah.
But it is a really, really pretty pink on her.
Mm-hmm. They said here, damn, you gotta be on camera clothed, I guess.
Give us everything while we give you nothing.
Nothing.
Not even crumbs.
When we give Marco 75 shirts, you get one. Make it work, okay? Tired of your whiny ass. Yeah. Darcy has obviously, this outfit is not up to dress code. If Degrassi has dress code, which I don't think it does yet. Wait, it does. It does. The Degrassi Code of Conduct or whatever.
Yeah, because Manny's whole song thing.
Mm-hmm. She's got a granny ass button, like pearl church looking. She wears this to church, definitely. It's like I don't even know the proper word for it other than tiny little cardigan.
Yeah.
But it's like a short sleeve cardigan.
A shrug.
Yeah, because it's got those like swoop.
Yeah, I hate it. Oh no, it's called like if it weren't like buttoned at the top, I think it's called like a bolero.
Well, damn. I did not know that.
I might be making that might be the wrong word.
Mm-hmm. Google, what is this? But under it, she's got a really delicate looking, like, and I love these camisole shirts. It was very popular to wear things that look like underwear.
Okay, yeah, no, apparently even with it's a bolero.
A bolero. Damn. See, I would never know that shit. But it was very popular to wear like lingerie looking shit, and that's exactly what this looks like. This little pale pink. It's got like a lettuce trim at the bottom. It looks like something you would wear to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the corresponding skirt looks like both a 5-year-old and a 65-year-old.
And also somehow also like a teenage
skank could own this same skirt and style it different ways. Yeah.
3 generations under one roof. Mia and Isabella and her mom actually share that skirt.
Sisterhood of the Traveling Skirt.
Darcy's like, here, you can have my hand-me-downs, my boyfriend, and my skirt.
Oh my gosh. It's the little bow on it for me. It's like the little ribbon, the baby pink ribbon detail with the bow.
It's very church girl.
Innocent.
Yeah, I'm just so innocent. I'm only showing a little bit of belly, and
I'm showing all my legs.
all my legs, and I've got kitten heels on, and I've got a model walk.
Aren't I cute?
Shanae Grimes came to do a model walk that day. She was like,
for
I've got
sure.
2 scenes where I walk away. I'm gonna make the best of both of them, bitch. Well, no, 1 scene where I walk away, 1 scene where I walk up. So,
Shanae.
was
Ashley's
the rent due?
hat.
I don't know, but she paid it.
We have to, it's so bad.
The Ashley hat of it all.
Oh my gosh.
The hat's rent was certainly due.
She looked like it was so pumped up on her head. Like, it looks like there was like some tissue paper under there.
Like you're smuggling something into a movie theater.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, is that her profession? Is that why she's back and so happy, because she's an international drug smuggler? Like, that's what she uses to smuggle things, is that fucking crazy ass hat. Nobody's asking her questions.
I
They're
went
like-
to Europe. Like, oh, that I guess that's a Europe hat.
Yes, that's what one
It
hat
could be
one
full of
purchases.
It could be full of
Secrets?
secrets.
Oh, it's definitely full of secrets.
Like,
Only Ashley's not the best at keeping them.
that hat has seen some things. That hat has tales to tell. If only, like, we could do like the sorting hat, like a hat, so like we like make that bitch talk. Let's make
When
make
she
that
walks in with like that jacket, it's giving like Fievel Goes West.
Oh, Fievel Goes West. Papa?
Ashley, girl, they don't like your outfit.
I feel like without the hat, and maybe ditch the jacket, but I don't hate the jacket. Because it really is the hat that ties it in together to make it an American Tale.
Not the hat is a tie-in. The hat brings it all home. All together. Goodness gracious.
Goodness gracious. Great balls of fire.
Throwback.
We actually have like all of our segments besides spemiciting today.
Wow.
Yeah, so we've got 2 black holes. Oh, I guess does anybody have any more fashion?
Nope. I
No.
covered
I'm
them
good.
all.
Okay, so we have 2 black holes. And that's gonna be Miri from the movie theater.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She
And
gone.
I think Hazel too.
Oh no.
Because we
This
just
when
like
that
she's
happened. Yeah.
yeah,
No.
this is the last we hear of
That's
her.
why
And
they
I know
only
like
gave her 1 shirt. They said, "You're done, bitch."
they didn't even want to give her a fucking graduation gown, but they were like, you'll shine too bright.
It'll be obvious if she's the only one not wearing one. Fine.
I'm like, we have no idea what she ended up doing. Like, where she was going for school, nothing.
No plan. We got none of her college
She went
plans.
to go be the main character in her own fucking life.
We got no indication of her interests, really. No indication of whether she was a good student, bad student.
She was interested in fashion and Islamophobia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And like Jimmy. That was
And
it.
yeah, and Jimmy.
So, for some reason, because he was there, and he found
and
a round necklace and gave it to her.
And
she
watching
looked-
porn at school.
I was just gonna say. She was curious.
Hazel, we hardly knew ye.
We really hardly knew ye. Got some
And
spam
it's
in
tragic.
my email. We know she has email.
We know she has email. We know she's Somalian.
Mm-hmm.
And she loves Jamaican food.
And she's got 2
She
parents.
loves jerk chicken.
Curried goat actually is her favorite, but she didn't want to scare all the white kids at Degrassi.
That's
She's
right.
like, that's not right for them. They're too white. No, something more friendly.
She's like, let me tell you about the pizza my friend's boyfriend is planning. When Chinese sausage is a thing. I'm going to die mad about that too.
Oh, gross. Right, I forgot about that shit.
Oh.
And
then we have Paige came in hot this episode with 5 Huns.
Yeah, she was calling out Huns left and right.
She hits, I of course didn't write any of the context, but we've got that's besides the point. Hun. Thanks, Hun. Hun, I think you know my name by now. I mean, really.
I love the way she says that.
Sure, Hun. Please just indulge me first. And, whoa, Hun, you're not serious. So that's 5
serious.
Huns.
Yeah.
And
a couple of those I recognize, but I
have a Heather Sinclair hypothesis.
Ooh.
It is our 30-year-old high school student. We've seen her before.
Okay.
You know the girl I'm talking about, right?
Uh-huh.
We see her like talking to Ashley in the hall. When Toby bumps into Ashley, and then she's in the classroom when Marco and Spinner are texting. But then, so here's what's weird, right? Is Ashley's talking to the 30-year-old high school student and this other girl. Ellie sees her and comes running towards her. The other 2 girls that Ashley was with depart towards the staircase. And then as Ashley and Ellie are like walking away, we see the 30-year-old high school student that I hypothesized is Heather Sinclair walk down that staircase and like be behind them, which is some weird ass Heather Sinclair shit. We know it's not Scooter Girl. That's been confirmed by me.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the same head shape. And yeah, I think that that's Scooter, or that's Heather Sinclair.
That's a fair hypothesis.
All right. Yeah.
You
Accepted.
did. Like,
she's
have
blonde.
Your reference sheet and everything.
She's got a similar build to the yoga girl that we see. I think she's Heather Sinclair. And that means
we've got to fire some shots.
Pew 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 pew.
Pew 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 pew.
Shots fired.
I
Hold
feel like
up.
you
wait a minute. It's a 22. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. I feel like you're gonna have way more than me, because there was a point where I was just like, yeah.
I only have 16.
I have 11, so you've definitely gotten the ones that I did not get.
Do you have shots fired, Brandi?
They're kind of speckled throughout my notes. I don't have them in a section.
That's totally fine. Most of mine, like not all of mine, but some of mine aren't so much insults as like their little quips. But yeah, Avis, why don't you start, or should I start? I guess because I have more.
Well, I will start because I feel like you have more than me, and you're gonna end up talking more. That makes sense.
Yeah,
you're gonna eclipse mine. I think I don't have as many as you.
I'm gonna new moon yours.
I have Emma saying, although compared to the calf, hospital food gets a bad rap.
I have Alex saying, can't wait for your heart attack.
And the customer saying, next time you insult a customer, maybe not in front of your manager. That customer had way too much butter. Guy. Yeah, Alex was looking out for you, bitch ass.
I have, you don't know exactly what's going to happen, and the sky isn't falling. Amazing.
Manny saying, plus you didn't get kicked off because everybody saw your boobs, so you know.
I have, in response to Alex's like sky isn't falling thing, Paige being like, she's high on carpe diem, side effect of getting fired.
And stop us if we usually go rapid fire, but we're trying to leave a beat. If you want to jump in, Brandi, please feel free.
Yeah. Are you guys like going in order for the episode or just
We
what
go
you have on
I'm
there?
going in order of
Roughly.
my notes, and
My
Ava's is
note,
going in
right?
order of
Yeah,
hers.
yeah. They're typically. I don't go back. I do a shots fired watch so that all of them are sequential.
Okay.
But when we go back and forth like this, they might end up not being sequential because I have one more from Manny in that same conversation, saying, as in abs to no sex, kudos for you. Kudos for you making that happen with Spin. You must be a miracle worker. Like, it feels snarky. It feels snarky.
I have the exchange between Liberty and Manny where Liberty's like, you're
Mhm.
starting with the 60s, then moving to the 1800s. This is a mess. And
Mhm.
Manny going, okay, it's called creative liberty.
Liberty. Yes.
And I am an actor, not a historian. And then she goes, fine, but I don't think Charlotte Degrassi had an MP3 player. And it was just quippy and cute.
Yes. I have Darcy saying, after she's talks about the repentance or whatever and the revirginizing, and Manny's like, it's not my scene. Darcy's like, well, you should, considering you are the school's biggest slut. Mm-hmm. Go around saying shit like that, you're gonna get wrecked.
Oh, for sure.
I have Spinner being like, this whole thing, it's not about lying or God or anything except you and your stupid jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
Which facts.
Absolutely.
That's what she's fueled on.
I think
God
this
and jealousy.
Mm-hmm. My last three are toward the end of the second part, so if you want to pick up.
Yeah. I have Paige telling Spinner, take it from someone who knows Spin, talking before school ends in tragedy, or toking before school ends in tragedy. And Jimmy firing a shot at Degrassi with, yeah, I guess it's kind of hard to find a school with such a unique combo of shootings and gonorrhea outbreaks.
I have Spinner saying, you know what I believe, Darcy? I believe I will never be clean enough. Not for you.
I also have Hatzalakos telling Jimmy, I'm sorry, Jimmy, you simply don't have the credits. I can't work miracles. And the look on her face.
It's like, you really could have.
Right.
I can't, I don't know what you want from me. You don't got it, honey. You don't got the credits. It's hilarious. I have Jimmy firing a shot at himself. I talked about it in the deep dive. When he's talking to Ashley, he says, that's because you're sitting. It will become more apparent when you stand.
I have Jimmy saying,
fucking salty.
He's so mad. I have him saying to Spinner, you want to help me? Why don't you transfer to a different school so I don't have to see your stupid face next year? Ooh. That'd help me a bit.
He really said that.
And my last one is Hazel dropping that graduation cap.
Really?
Yeah.
Do
she
better.
Said, fuck you, Degrassi.
Oh, you said, that Hazel saying fuck you to this graduation cap in this school.
No. I am not firing a shot at Hazel. Hazel is firing a shot with the way that she dropped that hat. No, Hazel is a queen for that.
Yeah. My last one is Ellie and her annoying ass saying, because Jimmy's all like, oh, you look great, blah, 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 and you look great. And she says, hey, I was just wondering, how do I look? Could it maybe be great? Bitch.
It's cunty.
Cunty AF. Yeah, that's it.
I think you guys covered all the ones that I had.
Brandi.
No, you were you were okay. I'm just like, yep. And then I just have the random Toby trying to flirt with Hazel and Paige at the yearbook table, and she's like, what is said at yearbook table stays at yearbook table.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like, we got to give Toby a little something here this episode. Let's have a
Mhm.
little bye.
Nah, he's got to be creepy.
He becomes so creepy.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah,
I
that's
hate
because
it.
that's what they need. They need him to do that. And I don't need him to do that. He could just be in the background shooting the shit for me, but instead this is
sure.
what they do.
So Brandi, why don't you start us off with either shining stars or super bummers? Your choice.
Super bummers for me were just like Spinner lying to Darcy the whole time. When it's like the whole thing that she really wanted was for him, like she didn't like the truth, but I think if he had been honest completely outright about everything, then did the revirginalizing, I think things would have been a little different. If she had known like his exact number, maybe not, because she seemed really put off by the fact that it was more than one. But
Right. Or the fact that it was one.
yeah, at all in general.
Which I have to make Darcy a super bummer too.
Yes, Darcy is a super.
And then like shining stars, even though they broke up, I feel like Alex was kind of a shining star. She kind of put her foot down and her boundaries with what she wanted in life. This episode, we kind of got a bit more sense of how she's feeling about the future instead of just like going along with whatever Paige was saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Super bummer wise, I do feel. I mean, I don't want to throw Paige in there because I do think that she has her, redemption in the second half somewhat, but she also annoyed me with the way that she treated Alex toward the end. I think she just wanted to be rid of her, and that was a bummer. So
Paige getting dumped twice over her banting bullshit is a fucking vibe.
Like, I can't, like, all the answers, but you have all the answers, but you don't even know the questions. It can't be expected to fit into this idealized lifestyle that you've got planned out. Like,
well, right. I love that you have that
you
memorized.
don't even fit in your own lifestyle that you want.
Because low-key, he went off with that shit and he wasn't wrong.
He wasn't wrong.
It's like, bitch, you don't even know what the fuck you're doing. Yeah, no, he's still a fucking creep.
And but he's still a bitch for what he did to Paige Michaelchuk.
Even a broken clock is right twice a day. So there you go. That's that.
I gotta give a shining star to Manny.
Yes.
For sticking up for herself and grabbing Darcy by the fucking her big ass hair.
She needed it. I'm surprised she didn't rip that wig off her head.
Right, that big ass beehive. Also, throw Peter in there for the super bummers because he was there and he was talking about using his powers for good this time. Fuck you, bitch.
It's like, oh, we know
you don't
that
get to
Darcy
make jokes about this.
You don't get to make jokes.
So now we need to have them interact once so we can kind of keep that avenue open.
No.
I'm gonna give it to Kim too. She didn't really say anything other than like, Darcy, it's time to go.
That's enough. That's enough. Shut the fuck up.
I don't fuck with you.
Boop. Be quiet. Yeah. I don't like that girl.
Nah.
Shady. Yeah, and I really honestly think for me it's just Manny because I don't really like Spinner did his dirt. He's neither super bad nor super good. I mean, no, he's super bad. He's got his super bad. And nobody else really tips the scales in a favorable way for me to be like, oh, you're a shining star.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's valid. So that begs the question.
Does it go there?
Does it go there?
I don't really think so.
It wants to. It gave us lesbian breakup.
It gave us revirginization.
Yeah.
Yeah, got
It
a whole
tried, but yeah.
re-virginization ceremony. We got the revelation that Spinner is a sex fiend. But
And
no.
I honestly, like, it's like, okay, I don't condone any of Spinner's behavior, but I'm also like, I don't feel that bad that it's happening to Darcy because she sucks. And she sucks in this scenario.
It does.
Yeah, very true.
Um,
I think it wrapped up a lot for the season, but it really didn't give us anything big.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was all kind of stuff we kind of saw coming that like the season was leading up to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll agree with that. Culmination, didn't have any a lot of hard hitting shits happen this season though. We're okay.
Right. Yeah.
Thanks for listening to your mom's podcast. We'll be back in 2 weeks. It might be for our season wrap up and it might be for trivia. We have not decided yet.
Nope. It's hard out here.
It really is.
This episode of Your Mom's Pahdcast was made possible by Herbal Essences Butter Topping and support from listeners like you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, Brandi. It was a pleasure.
It was so fun.
Do you have anything to promote?
Do you want the people to find you or do you want the people to leave you alone?
They can leave me alone.
Beautiful.
Heard. Love
Perfect.
that for ya.
They'll see
Love
me
it.
in the Patreon and see me on the Facebook page, and that's good.
Speaking of the Facebook page, we just hit 370 on the
I'm
Facebook
sad
page.
we're not at
I'm a little bit
369.
sad we're not at 369 anymore, but we are now at 370. We got to move.
That's awesome.
You know,
we've gotten a bunch of Instagram followers today too.
beautiful. Nice. Wonder why. Don't want to question it too much.
She made a story at the very least being like, hey, I did this podcast. So
oh, great. Well, I love that for us. I love that for her. I hope that her cats come back to her.
Oh my
yes.
God.
Might
get me started.
And a plague on that man's house.
Oh my God. Dishonor
on your cow.
Dishonor on his cow.
Yes. Yes.
The way Avis and I were talking about it like yesterday, and I was like, Forrest would never do that, but like I would kill a man. And then I got mad just at the thought of him doing it, even though I knew he would never do it.
Yeah.
I was like, no, fuck that guy.
Even the thought pissed her off and low-key radicalized her against this guy. Against her own husband.
Oh my.
An asshole.
Hilarious. But
I just don't know how you even do that to someone. Like, I know you're heartbroken, but Jesus Christ.
You just hitting them at the lowest fucking point. That's vitriol. That is like, you want to hurt this person.
Yeah.
Yes, the villain. Like, fuck off. Like, all of the pictures that she took with her cats, and I'm like, I feel so bad. And the last week, I'm like, Jesus, this is more pictures that I've taken with my significant other in like the last 6 years.
That's me with my cat.
I mean, that's what having a cat is.
Clearly. No, I feel so fucking bad. And if we have anything to say about it, you know, YMP is your biggest hater aside from like the person who's actually being wronged in this situation.
Yes.
So, yeah.
On that note.
We would like to take a moment to thank our Patreon subscribers. Tay,
Evie,
Miranda,
and an extra special thank you to our TiddySnake producers, Alyka,
Brandi,
Chelsea,
Corrie,
and Tawny.
Thanks, guys. You guys. Love you.
If you'd like to further support our show, you can find us on TikTok and Facebook as Your Mom's Pahdcast. We also have a Facebook group of the same name. And you can find us on Instagram at YMPadcast. Your Mom's Pahdcast is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts. Subscriptions and reviews are another great free way to support us. However, If you're interested in supporting us in not free ways, we have a lot of great bonus content on our Patreon, and some great merch at our shop, which can be found at your-moms-padcast-shop.fourthwall.com. And remember, that's Pahdcast. Pahdcast. Thank you.